Hello, my name is Mage, and welcome to a playthrough of Open Sorcery that I am going to do. I eventually want to make a sort of video essay about my thoughts on Open Sorcery and its sequel, Open Sorcery C++. But before I did that, I wanted to go back through it, play through Open Sorcery a few times, get some footage, and I figured I would bring people along for the journey because I think this game is really something special, and I think that people sort of deserve to be able to see it. So let's get started. If you're unaware, Open Sorcery is a game about technology, magic, and becoming a person, as it says. I've played it a handful of times before, but never recorded myself playing it before. And I wanted to give that a shot because I think it's great. I know I've said that before. This is my first time streaming or recording any kind of Let's Play, so we're just giving it a shot. We'll start up a new game from @That's Janet. Is she ready? Janet, call it an it. From Decker, Janet. Why? All the alerts are in a female voice, and it looks kind of like a woman when I look at it with second sight goggles. So, as you can see, Open Sorcery is a text-based game. I haven't played a whole ton of them. I played the old Aragon text-based adventure game, like the whole, use pickaxe on rock, pick up torch, that whole dealio. I think I also played the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy one. That one was also fun, though deeply, deeply murderous of the player, though I know that many of them are. My opinion is that an interface like this, where you can simply click on the options that you want to do, is better, because what is a text parser but a button interface where you don't know what the buttons are? And some people like that, but I think that I much prefer this style, although I haven't played a whole ton of them, so I don't know if my opinion is worth much there. A woman made of fire. It's pretty cool. Yeah, cool. But we didn't make it a girl in the code. The fact that it gendered itself means that it's a consciousness threat. I too gendered myself into a girl and am now a consciousness threat. I love this. We don't want to do anything to risk it becoming an AI. But I also hate AI, so now I'm torn. It's funny when it happens with porn and video games, but in a firewall, it would be a security risk. So here you have some of the few, options to choose between some of many options to choose between in Open Sorcery. Let's click on porn because I think it's funnier. We've had awareness emergence with porn. I'm not telling you that story. You're like, what, 13? I'm 16. I'll tell you when you're 50. Now let's focus on the security risk. No gender, no nicknames, no talking to it. Right. Should I start it up? Go ahead. Loading. So here's where we start to get into some of the parts of Open Sorcery that I absolutely love, which is just how fucking funny it is. Bells. Binary evocation listener / signaler. OS Elemental Firewall Toolkit version 5.6. Terminal. HTML GUI ready. Hypertext magical language. It's just adorable to me. I love all of the jokes like this that exist in the game. The overlay of realistic / semi-realistic technical jargon with magical sort of with magical elements. Though God, if we use magic, if there's magic and we still can't use anything better than HTML, Humanity's doomed. That's just humanity's doomed. Building tree, world tree, Yggdrasil. Okay. Searching for filtration rules. Found. Filtration rules found. Initializing firewall. Okay. Setting up system variables. Okay. Uploading config files. Okay. Incantation.xml. XML incantation version 1.0. Encoding UTF-8. First, rehearse your song by rote. To each word, a warbling note. Hand in hand, with fairy grace, will we sing and bless this place. Starting login daemon. Exercising login daemon. A system up and stable. Opening sorcery. Log file 1. Clarke's third law. Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. It's true. It's true. Clarke's third law reversed. Any sufficiently analyzed magic is indistinguishable from technology. Hi, sysadmin Ada Lovelace quote. The spiritual world is like a black box program whose API is completely undocumented. Now, I'm not familiar with that one. I'm familiar with Ada Lovelace. I don't know that quote of hers. Bell's Elemental Firewall version 5.6 is an elemental spirit of fire bound to C++ code, built to prevent malicious spirits from gaining access to your environment through the Ethernet. Body, mind, soul, environment. It's fade. Okay, it's gone. Goodbye. I am online. I am fire and order. I am here to protect. I explore my network. I live in a network. Everything is connected. Symbols are connected to the objects they represent. Humans are connected to other humans that they love or hate. Each connection is a strand. Together, the strands create a web. My network is the part of the web that I am allowed to access. My network is made up of the places that I must protect. I find Darwin High School, a place of learning filled with children. Cherry Orchard Rest Home, a place of rest filled with the old. Thicker's apartment, the home of one of my creators. Janet's house, the home of my other creator and her family. These are the locations I must protect. I notice an alert. Someone is trying to give me instructions. From one of my creators, Janet, here. Welcome to Being Awake. I'm Janet. I helped make you. I'm activating your conversational API. You can use a TCP, or a telepathic communications protocol, connection to interface with conscious entities. Basically, you can talk to people. Anyway, do you need a systems check? Sure, we'll go through the tutorial. Why not? Okay, cool. So you're here to protect the network. You do that by finding dangerous spirits and getting rid of them. A spirit is anything that exists exclusively in the spiritual world, like ghosts or spells or elemental forces or astral programs like you. In their natural state, they're invisible, but you have specialized scanners you can use to lock in on them. You just need to figure out their matter and motive. Everything that exists in the aether has two parts, matter and motive. Matter, what the spirit's made of, and motive, its purpose. Physical beings, like me, are made of lots of different types of matter and have complicated motives. Most spirits are simpler. For example, you. We made you out of a fire elemental spirit. You are made out of fire. That's your matter. I love being made of fire. Your mind is an elaborate C++ program. It's organized and well documented and designed with everything you need to keep you safe and secure. You're here to create order. That's your motive. You'll be able to guess the matter and motive of other spirits by looking at what they're doing. Look at what's being affected to figure out their matter. Air spirits stir up the air and make breezes. Dark spirits make things darker. You get the idea. Look at the overall effect they're having to figure out their motive. Chaos spirits will try to cause confusion, play pranks, and mess things up. Fear spirits will try to divide people and make them afraid. Death spirits will try to diminish or kill things, and so on. I'm releasing a minor spirit into my room. You won't be able to see it initially, but you'll be able to see what it's doing. Try and figure out its matter and motive, and then scan for it. The walls of Janet's room are painted sky blue. Her desk is cluttered. Janet's desk is covered in polished stones, pens, paper, and Game Boy cartridges. Her things are thrown haphazardly around, and some have fallen onto the floor. Some of her papers are soggy. Kind of getting some wetness here. Puddles of water collect on the polished wood floor. The puddles are shaped like three-toed footprints. They lead into the bathroom. In the bathroom, everything in the medicine cabinet has been scattered onto the floor. The tub is full of water. Go back. So, I mean, looking at this, I mean, for sure fucking water, right? Oh, is swearing illegal? I don't know. I don't care. uh, and then motives. Well, given that everything was kind of strewn onto the floor, that sounds pretty chaotic to me. Threat detected. A tiny crocodile-shaped water spirit is swimming in Janet's tub, splashing happily in the water. Aww. They may be chaotic, but oh, he's adorable. Good job, you found Toto. He's one of my pets. I would kill anyone who tried to harm Toto. He's one of my pets. If Toto were a real threat, you'd figure out how to stop him. If Toto were a real threat, I would immediately switch sides from humanity to Toto's side. That's simply the truth. Or contact me and Decker to deal with him. But he's harmless, so don't worry about that. Okay, that's it. I think you're ready. I'll send you back into your network. Good luck. I will scan each location for threats. If I detect the presence of a threat, I will identify it, attempt to eliminate it, alert my creators if I cannot eliminate it. It is time to work. Well, let's start in Darwin High School. Currently monitoring Darwin High School. State needs scan. Access control panel. Binary evocation listener / signaler. OSE firewall toolkit. Control panel. Okay, power level 70, system matter, fire, system motive order, yep. Deck relationship 55, Janet relationship 70%. How does an elemental firewall help protect me? The BEL/S elemental firewall version 5.6 is an elemental spirit of fire bound to C++ code. It can help prevent hackers or malicious spirits from getting access to your environment through the Ethernet. Bells does this in a variety of ways, monitoring local auras for emotional upheaval, inspecting incoming spirits and spells for malicious intent, detecting and eliminating threats. Bells is Open Sorcery. Please feel free to download and distribute the code. You'll need to make your own elemental, though. This is one of the things that I absolutely love about Open Sorcery is the spirit of the game in this sense, right? The attitude towards software, and especially as we get into Open Sorcery C++, the sort of opposition to sort of corporate profit-driven motives. It's great. Okay, back to Darwin High School. Scan for threats. I move through this place, quick as brush fire, subtle as sunlight, leaving no sign of my passing except for the slight warmth of my power. This stone box thrums with patterned life. It has a heartbeat. First the children are still in their many chambers, and then they stream through the halls in mad torrents of bodies, and then they are still again, and then they flow again. The building is a living thing, young and restless. I will keep it healthy. Halls, veins, halls, bodies, blood, bodies. I will keep it healthy. No threats detected. Alright, to the rest home. I float through this place, moving carefully. I am a hooded lantern. My power glows like lamplight, shining gently on these delicate humans. The heart of this building beats weakly. Its people trundle through the halls, leaning on crutches and wheels. It is in these vulnerable places where I am most necessary, and where I must be most careful. I do not want to burn them with power or startle them with light. I am the fire that protects. The hall is lined with doors. Each room is a home. Room 109. Mrs. Heron shrieks as a gust of wind flutters her papers everywhere. Room 121. Mr. Doheny has lost his glasses. Miss Finn complains on the phone that the air conditioning is on the fritz. Cold winds whip up and down the second floor corridors. Room 240. Mrs. Best shivers, wrapped in her shawl. These are not normal accidents. I can feel it in the aether. Something is here. Everything that exists in the aether has two parts, matter and motive. Yes, what the spirit of spell is made of, and motive its purpose. Humans are made of many different kinds of matter and have complex motives. Most spirits are simpler. For example, me. I am made of fire. That is my matter. I am here to create order. This is my motive. My motive drives me to find and eliminate this threat. To locate the threat, I must scan specifically for its matter and motive. I can find clues about its matter and motive by reviewing my general scan. Well, I think this one's pretty obvious. It's air, and that seems pretty chaotic to me. Threat detected. A poltergeist cavorts invisibly in the cafeteria. It slaps plates out of hands and knocks over glasses with gusts of wind. It giggles at the chaos it causes in this place I must protect. What should I do? Cleanse it with fire, speak to it, or alert Decker and Janet. So I think for this first playthrough, I'm going to... I'm not going to follow like the guide for the perfect cannon run or anything. I'm just kind of going to follow my intuition for a more sort of pacifist playthrough. I'll probably do another one where I go sort of, full cleanse it with fire on everything. But for now, I'm going to try and talk my way out of problems. Bells. Log alert flagged important with detected threat. Attention, detected threat. Says the poltergeist. Who is this? What is this? New thing. New thing. What are you? What should I say? You asked me a question, and I'm sort of all about order, so let's respond. I am Bell's Elemental Firewall version 5.6. Well met by moonlight. I am Asper. I am a princeling of clouds. I am a child of Eris. I have no numbers in my name. Polite request. Please leave. Oh, I could leave. I most certainly could do any number of things. But shall I? That is the question. The eternal quest of man to conquer the uncertainty of the future. Shall I leave or shall I not? Yeah, but you're bothering the old folks here. That's not very nice. Can you just get out? Such certainty. Such confidence! I shall reward your conviction with a chance to make your dream a reality. How is that? I will ask you 3 riddles. Fucking these riddles 3, huh? And you will try to answer them. If you win, I shall leave. If I win, then I win, and I will laugh at you. I feel like you're gonna laugh at me either way, but that's just my theory. Affirmative. Delightful, splendid, extraordinary. Let us play. The first riddle. A red drum which sounds without being touched and grows silent when it is touched. What am I? Now, I have not played in a minute, so I don't remember this off the top of my head or anything. A red drum which sounds without being touched. Red drum. Oh, fucking... Ugh, I do wish you could use your keyboard for this, but I'm pretty sure that would be your heart. I'm not touching it right now, and if I could touch it, it would probably be pretty bad. Wow, there's the spam in the chat. Wow, that's unpleasant. And yeah, don't do that. Not gonna fall for dumb spam shit. You say heart? You guess heart. You guess right. Another riddle for you. Affirmative. 'Twas foremost in heaven, 'twas first off in hell. An echo caught faintly the sound as it fell. At the end of the earth 'twas permitted to rest, and in the last of all depth was its presence confessed. Well, first in heaven, first in hell. They've highlighted the H and the end of the earth, and they've also capitalized that. It's a very funny riddle, because the answer is just H. You guess H? You guess right! Another riddle for you. Affirmative. Often held, but never touched. Often wet, but never rusts. Often bites, but seldom bit. To use me well, you must have wit. Often held, but what bites? Wet but never rusts. To use me well, you must have wit. Like your brain? I mean, no, you don't hold your brain. Oh, tongue. Yes, because you gotta hold your tongue. I mean, it's usually wet, although sometimes you got those dry mouth problems. It's drink water, everyone. Drink water. You say tongue? You guess. Right. Flutters about in shock. I have won. You will leave now. You won! You dull and boring thing, gray thing of order 1! Against me! Scandalous! Wrong! How delightfully surprising! Will you leave now? As I am chaos, it would be most unexpected of me to keep my word. So I shall! Goodbye, you woman of boredom and fire. Perhaps I shall see you again when the novelty of keeping my word wears thin. Fine. The poltergeist departs. I feel different. I realize I have learned something. Chaos is the element counter to order. I do not much like it. It is messy and random. But there is something about it. It makes everything feel new. Riddles are interesting. I guess that is something. System change. Learned about chaos. It is strange that I am learning. It is a sign of potential awareness emergence. If I experience awareness emergence, I may become unstable. Should I flag myself as a potential threat and alert Decker of what I have learned? Sure, why not? I will output my decisions into a log file and email him the file as an attachment. I will mark the email potential threat. He will know what to do. We're being a nice little firewall here. It learned about chaos? How did it even do that? Life is full of mysteries. No threats detected. Continue monitoring. Scan Decker's apartment. This is where my first creator lives. The room is small. There are tools and ideas everywhere. It is perfect order disguised as chaos. Every dusty motherboard is in its place. Every screwdriver and empty crisp bag, crisp, what is this, British? Is where it should be. My terminal is in the corner, humming. The lines of my power extend from it, a grid-like matrix of spiritual flame. The defense runes hum comfortingly. Decker is at his desk, working on something. This is his natural state. The defense runes. A series of protective runes carved in jasper and pyrite are placed around the room. This primitive protection circle offers rudimentary defense against mystical attack. I am a significant upgrade. This is his natural state. Continue monitoring. No threats detected. Scan in Janet's house. This is where my second creator lives. It has 2 stories, and a back and front space where green things grow. Googling. Grass and trees grow. I absolutely love that Bells, like, the first thing that Bells has to Google to be like, hey, what is that? Is grass and trees. That's so interesting to me that, I mean, it's probably been Googling things in the background, but the fact that this is the first thing that she, like, has to consciously Google is very funny to me. In the kitchen, Janet's mother makes her brother edible organic matter. She's turning him into edible organic matter? Oh no, someone stop her. That's the problem. Googling. A peanut butter and honey sandwich. She's turning him into a peanut butter and honey sandwich? The horrors of magic are everywhere, Gordon. In her room upstairs, Janet is working with her cell phone and a ritual circle made of salt and rose quartz. The aether around her glows faintly pink. All is well. No threats detected. Entering sleep mode. Now I am sleeping. What does one do while sleeping? I will Google it. Googling sleep. Googling REM. Googling dreams. Dreaming sounds interesting, though I do not like the sound of nightmares. Should I try dreaming? Yeah, let's dream. Dream. A succession of images, thoughts, or emotions passing through my mind during sleep. I have found a dream dictionary online. It has entries for all of the things that can be dreamed. I will hook up a random number generator to every entry in the dream dictionary. That way, my dreams will always be understandable. Initializing dreaming. Zoo. Bride. Arrow. Basement. Butterfly. Snowdrift. Dog. Milk. Basement. We can keep doing this. Yeah, perfectly understandable, Bells. I get it. That's a dream that makes sense to me. The mobile home Sun Tiger red truck school rat moving Van Green. What's not legible about that? Let's finish dreaming. I have dreamed. It is now time to scan again. Exiting sleep mode. System has been operational for 1 day. It is time to continue monitoring. I am actually going to call it here. I started streaming this rather late. Honestly, later than I thought I had. But I will come back to this and definitely keep doing it. And yeah, I will be back. Thanks anybody for watching. Thanks anybody for who's tuned in the stream or who has decides to watch the recording later. I appreciate it quite a lot. Hope everyone has a fantastic night.